to the dismay of those in Milwaukee, the Toronto Raptors are 1 win away from going to the NBA Finals for the first time in the 24 years that their franchise has existed in the NBA. For the first time in this series, the road team wins. Toronto takes it 105-99. First time all season, the Bucks lost a game here when they led going to the fourth quarter. And the first time all year, they've lost 3 games in a row. Let's take a look at the highlights as we welcome you inside the NBA, presented by Kia.
There go that sideboard.
Hey, you know what? It seemed to me, Charles, that Kawhi Leonard made a conscious effort
To save his energy.
to be ready for the stretch drive.
No question. It was, we talked about it at halftime. He was the facilitator. But Ernie, those other guys stepped up like they did the last couple games, and he brought this bad boy home.
And you know what, Chuck? I typically would disagree with you, but today I agree. I think the fact that the Bucks started out so great in the first and third quarters was because of Brogdon being in the game. But then they didn't have any bench to come in and give them energy like they have been getting in previous things. So I agree with you.
Thank you. But let me tell you what it did. I'll tell you what it did when we finish watching the highlights.
And all it takes is one guy to get hot.
Yeah. Because he played well, and they had great first and third quarters, but they didn't have great second and fourth quarters.
It was a 10-point Milwaukee game after one. There's Leonard with the finish, and it's tied at 34. Then Toronto's up 36-34, and Leonard connecting on the jumper.
Man, this dude is ridiculous right here, America.
Giannis.
Ernie, when you play at somebody's place, you know you got to weather the storm. You just want to keep it close.
They weathered the storm, Toronto did. But listen, Coach Budenholzer made a big mistake starting Brogdon in this game. Now I'll tell you why we get through the highlights. That's a charge, man.
Not a charge.
That's a charge.
Not a charge. Stop flopping, Kyle.
So it was a 10-point lead.
See, this is where I like it too.
Again, they're up 12 again.
Post up, get him in the box.
But see, Kenny's point, Ernie, you got to go to your bench at some point. These are all early in the game when they got these leads.
Van Fleet got hot.
Hey, man.
Boy, did he ever.
Tell you what, man, Mr. Van Fleet, thanks for having that baby, getting him hot again.
Fred Jr., born earlier this week, his first son, his second child, and there's Leonard, and here we go to the fourth quarter, and that's when Kawhi would score 15 of 35, and Van Fleet.
This kid has stepped up, man. He is on fire right now.
Yeah, because we were waiting for these moments from him because he has done it at times in the regular season, and especially last year.
You know who's due for
Kawhi got hot.
You know who's due for a big game like that? Danny Green.
Hey, who's that?
Drake is my goodness. Drake's in the other.
At Jurassic Park. There you go. Brook Lopez. That is not slow motion. That's regular speed, and that's 89-85.
I thought the ref missed 3 charges in this game.
Kawhi to Gasol. Right after Reggie said they're going to have to get a 3 out of Gasol, and he knocked that one down. 92-90.
Even at this point in the game, I still thought Milwaukee didn't play with a sense of urgency. You got to pick it up.
They played with
great save by Brogdon and Lopez.
I'm going to disagree. They played with a sense of urgency.
No, it's not good enough, Chuck.
Listen, the other team got players too. Those other guys, give Toronto credit. And
here he comes,
come on,
Fred
man. Give Toronto credit. That was a big
credit.
No, Jack.
Still got to step up.
Yeah, but they stepped up. The other team stepped up too. This was not a foul here. They didn't foul Kyle Lowry.
It was a foul. What are you talking about?
That wasn't a foul.
It was a foul. No, you're just running your mouth.
No, I'm not.
That's a foul right there. That's a foul.
That's not a foul.
That's a foul. Stop it.
But doesn't the official know you're going to foul?
They didn't
That's a foul.
Did you knock him down?
That's not.
I will say this: either 2 shots from the free throw line.
That's a foul. Chuck, you know it's a foul.
I didn't think it was.
The Toronto Raptors come to Milwaukee, win it 105-99. Again, the first 3-game losing streak of the season for the Bucks, and it comes at the worst possible time. Now they're on the brink of elimination with Toronto going home and trying to clinch this series and go to the NBA Finals. We had inside tracks, Mike Budenholzer inside the Milwaukee locker room after the game.
We got to go win a game on Saturday or whatever day it is. It's the first and four. The first and four. We go win in Toronto, we come back here. That's all that we're thinking about. Come on.
So on Fred VanVleet, this courtesy of Underdog, first 15 games of the postseason, one game in double digits, 8 of 41 from 3. Last 2 games, back-to-back games in double digits, 12 out of 18 field goals, 10 out of 12 from deep, and he was key tonight.
He was fantastic. Well, the last 3 games, Ernie, he's been, the Toronto bench is outplayed the Milwaukee bench. That's been the difference in the series. And Ernie, let me explain to you why I said to you before the game why he shouldn't have started Malcolm Brogdon. Okay, who's the second best player on Milwaukee?
Chris Middleton.
He took the 5, there's 4 guys took more shots than him. That's why. When you put another guy who's going to shoot the ball into the lineup, it takes away possession. They need to get Middleton going. Bledsoe played fantastic. I told you, he was my key. He had 20 points. If you put Brogdon's 15, 17 points coming off the bench, that was the difference in the game. They had nothing coming off the bench, but it to me, the number one thing it did, it took away Middleton's attempt. He only got 9 attempts. 9 attempts.
But Brogdon started 64. Every time he played in the regular season, he started.
It's different now, Ernie. They are in the Eastern Conference Finals. You don't win 2 series and chain up your starting lineup, especially when you've been getting killed off the bench. The difference in the last 2 games has been the what? Bench. So why would you take your best player off the bench and put him in the starting lineup?
To get more efficiency in the offense. You know, I hate when people say you got to get him going. No, he got to get himself going. He know how to shoot. He know how to play. He didn't play with a sense of urgency. He didn't play well. I know the other guys got playing, but like Ernie said, Brogdon been starting 64 games. They had a hell of a season. They've been in first all year. It don't matter who start. You got to get your own attempts. 2 for 9 because he didn't play aggressive enough. He was off. He was tentative. He got to step up, period.
2 for 9 ain't enough shots. But these other guys should not be getting all those attempts, plain and simple.
You know, if I look at Milwaukee, and I was thinking about this as Budenholzer was saying that speech. Being on great, I've been blessed to be on championship teams. This position actually felt good for us, because this is the time that you look to your left, you look to your right, and you go, is he real? Because you're not going to win a championship if the guys aren't really connected anyway. You're not going to win a championship by not going down in a series. You're not going to win a championship by fighting through adversity. So this is the adversity. And this is when you either lock arms or you start cutting the cord. And you're saying, I'm going to try to do it myself. So for me, this is the championship moment. This is what it's made of. This would be exciting if I was a Milwaukee player to know I might win an NBA championship, because now we're going to lock arms.
They will go to Toronto on Saturday, where the Bucks will try to stay alive, and the Raptors will try to punch their ticket to the finals against Golden State. Back with more on Inside, live from Milwaukee after this.
Game after game, night after night, inside after inside. Binge-worthy. The
American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson with Shaq and Kenny and Charles. It was a 14-point first quarter lead for Milwaukee, which evaporated in the second quarter. The American Express teammates from the Milwaukee side, as the Greek Freak has 13. Malcolm Brogdon into the starting lineup has 12. Eric Bledsoe needing a big game, and the guy that Chuck targeted as the game began has 11 in the first half. You look at the box score from the first half, and you see 14 assists on 18 made Milwaukee field goals, Shaq.
Yes, they're definitely sharing the ball. And for Giannis, I kind of feel for him. I remember one time I was in the series, and Charles, you know how it is when you're the main guy and you want to go to work. Sometimes, you know, when the defense is away for you, sometimes you just got to give it up to your guys.
Yep.
Right here, he's drawing and kicking. He's giving it right there to Brogdon. We all know Brogdon can hit that shot. He's playing well. Right here, you know what? This is not your play, but get your basket on easy run. Just, you know, run to the basket. And right here, you know, the defense they're playing that matchup zone, whatever they're playing, we got a shooter, George Hill, experience in the playoffs, step out, hit the corner shot. And right here, again, use what you got, draw the defense, and kick it out. Sometimes you got to give it up. I went to Phil Jackson. I said, Phil, I'm not having a great game. What do you want me to do? He said, Shaq, give it up, give it to the guys, go back and get it later.
First half shooting 36% for Toronto, 41% from Milwaukee. That's after the Bucks shot 55% in the first quarter. We'll get to your pictures in 1 second. Chuck, I know you said you weren't in love with the starting lineup change for Milwaukee.
I didn't like it at all.
Why?
Number one, it weakened their bench. Brogdon has been playing great, but he's just going to blend in with those guys. He don't give them that lift off the bench, first and foremost. But I think if Toronto, you got to feel really good about the game for two reasons. Number one, they weathered the punch. They got knocked down the first round. They got back up. Secondly, the pace of the game. This is the pace of a game that's going to fit Toronto. Because Milwaukee's obviously better when they're in a full court. But that's the reason I didn't like the lineup change. You weaken your bench, Ernie. Because first of all, you've been getting killed off the bench the last two games. Why would you weaken your bench? Because he's not going to get the same number of shots with Giannis and Bledsoe out there.
And it's 16-5 in bench points in favor of Toronto tonight. All 5 of those bench points coming from George Hill. Take me through the Toronto side of things.
Well, if you're Toronto, you know, there's an offense that you're running, but also if you're Milwaukee, there's a defense that you should be paying attention to. And the defense is here. If you freeze it here, if you look at Kawhi Leonard, he's typically going to be super aggressive in these opportunities. But he doesn't even chase the basketball. He doesn't ask for the basketball. It's 4.4 on the shot clock. Doesn't look for it as the play develops. So as we let it go, we see that this guy is not even in part of this play. Okay, tip out. We get the offensive rebound. Freeze it. We're like, give it to me. Let me make it happen. Siakam gets the basketball. We let it go. Siakam gets the basketball. He doesn't be offensively aggressive, doesn't come to the basketball again. So we have the ball here. He's a decoy. Freeze it here. He is not trying to score. Let it go again. So as it goes into the rim, he is never looking to shoot the basketball, and he is becoming a passer. He is the world's biggest decoy. Okay, I guess we're not going to see it.
No, that was
Who's up there
terrible
tonight?
play.
I'm telling you. I mean, it's the same
Great job,
thing.
Fiorello.
I am not trying to score, and I'm not sure why Milwaukee is double teaming him or paying him that much attention. But he's doing a great job of suckering him in.
Well, I got to say something, though. I told you last game, the Milwaukee Bucks were the dumbest team in the world for doubling Kawhi, because he's not being aggressive. And he's not. Then I look at the stat sheet, he got 13 points.
The only Raptor in double figures.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, you can see he's playing on one leg. He's not being aggressive. I'm like, man, he's not being aggressive. Then when I look at the stat sheet, I'm like, wow, he in double digits. But he's been a passer first.
He's got 13. Antetokounmpo's got 13. Malcolm Brogdon, 12. Eric Bledsoe matching his series high with 11. You all sound like you're in a club. It feels like we're in a club, too.
All that